Hello students, welcome back to the channel Maths Insider. Today's topic is about solving the linear equations problems, geometry problems, pair of linear equation of two variables. So what you will going to learn from this video, identify the variable correctly for geometry problems. So that means whatever variables we will be declaring, it should be assigned to the length and the length of the geometrical figures. In case of rectangle it will be length and the breadth, and in case of a triangle it is the length, two different lengths. Then we will form the equation using the perimeter and relation between the length. So each of this figure will have the perimeter, and it will be having all the length. Like for example, in case of a rectangle it is length and breadth. In case of a triangle it will be, like for example, isosceles triangle, it will be two side and the base, and there will be relation between this between the length of this geometrical figure. So from there we will define the equations. Then we'll solving the equations for rectangle and triangle in this case, which involve the perimeters only but not the area. We'll discuss it further. Then we will show step by step problem solving, exactly how we will solve the problem in the exam, which will help you to arrive at the correct answers, and some of the important exam tips. So this is very important, so you watch this video till the end. Let's get started. So whenever you see a geometrical problem or a problem which involves geometrical figure like a rectangle or a triangle, the first important step what we need to do is to identify the variables. That is the most important thing. So we have to identify the unknown dimensions. So that is actually the variable which we'll assign to. So this unknown dimension is very important when any geometry is involved. What is this dimensions? This dimensions is nothing but the length, the breadth, or the base of the triangle, or the sides of the triangle. Now for rectangle, let's say length is equal to x centimeter and breadth is equal to say y centimeter. So these are the dimensions, length and breadth, and we are assigning this variable x and y to this length of the triangle and the breadth of the triangle. The rectangle, the length of the rectangle and the breadth of the rectangle. So this is x centimeter length and the breadth is y centimeter. So we can write length, breadth. So if you can see this figure, now remember these important formula. So we need to know some of the formulas of the geometrical shapes, especially rectangle. Now perimeter, how we can find the perimeter of a rectangle? That is length plus length and breadth plus breadth. So all the the sum of all the sides. Now it will become equal to 2 length plus 2 breadth, and we will get finally 2 into length plus breadth. So this is the formula of the perimeter, how we can able to derive as well. We have derived this. Now this perimeter of a rectangle in terms of the variables is 2 into x plus y, because we have assigned length as x centimeter and breadth as a y centimeter. So putting the variables in terms of in place of the dimensions. This is important, we need to know. Now what would be the area of the rectangle? The area of the rectangle is given by length times breadth. Now whenever we'll put length times breadth, it is x times y. So we are actually getting the product of these two variables. Now here's an important observation. If you see both this equation, the perimeter of a rectangle and the area of a rectangle, so if the questions involves this only the perimeter, then we can able to solve it using the linear equations. It will appear as and what we'll get, and a relation like for example, relation between the lengths or between the sides. Say for example, length is 5 centimeter more than a breadth. So this kind of relation. So if the equation involves a parameter and a relation like this, or length is twice the breadth, then what we will do, we can form two linear equations. So we will get a pair of equations and then we can able to solve it. But however, if the question involves the area, if it involves the area of the geometrical shape like x into y for in case of the rectangle, then what will happen, then that equations become non-linear equations. So in case of this perimeter, it will be linear equations, whereas if it involves the area, then it becomes a non-linear, and that problem will not cover the solutions of a pair of linear equations. So today in this video we will focus on the geometry problem that leads to a linear equations. We will not cover the non-linear equations. So that is the main main topic today. Now let us take an example to show you how we can handle this type of problem. So the problem goes like this: the perimeter of a rectangle is say 50 centimeter. So the perimeter of the rectangle is given, which is 50 centimeter. Its length is 5 centimeter more than its breadth. So again, we have already discussed that the problem of this geometrical figure will come like this. It will come in the form of this they will give the perimeter and they will give the relation between the sides or the dimensions of the geometrical shape. Now find the length and the breadth. So let us solve this using step-by-step method. So step 1, we will assign the variables to the length and breadth of the rectangle. So let the length be x centimeter and the breadth be y centimeter for the given rectangle. Now step 2, will form the first equation from statement 1 in the given problem. So let us see. Let's go to the problem. The perimeter of a rectangle is 50 centimeter. We know the relations between the sides of the rectangle. Using that, we will try to form the equation. So we know that the perimeter of a rectangle is given by 2 times length plus breadth, and now we are putting the variables in place of length and breadth. So it will become 2 times x plus y, which will equate to 50, which is given in the equation. So then in the problem, then x plus y equal to 50 by 2, which is 25. So my first equation becomes x plus y equal to 25. Clear. Now step 3, forming the second equation. So always remember, for any pair of linear equations, this kind of problem, we have to generate 2 separate equations. Now forming the second equation, statement 2, the length is 5 centimeter more than breadth. That means the length is equal to breadth plus 5. Then putting the value x equal to y plus 5, x minus y equal to 5. This is equal to equation 2. And now step 4, we need to solve the given equation. So x plus y equal to 25 and x minus y equal to 5, which is equation 2. Now we'll check the condition. Every time we'll check the condition to see if the problem given is correct or not. a1 by a2 is 1 1, b1 equal to 1, b2 equal to minus 1. So a1 by a2 is 1 and b1 by b2 is minus 1. So a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. So we'll get an unique solution. So this condition, we'll check it every times to make sure that problem is correct, and we can go ahead and without wasting time we can solve it. Now adding both the equations to eliminate y from the given equation. So as the coefficient are same for y and they have different sign, we will add it to eliminate y from this equation and we'll solve for x. So the sign remain unchanged. So y cancel. We will have x plus x equal to 25 plus 5, 2x equal to 30 and x will be equal to 15. So we have got x, value of x. Now putting the value of x to in equation 1 in order to solve the value of y. So x plus y is 25 or 15 plus y equal to 25. So y becomes 25 minus 15 which is equal to 10. So we got x equal to 15 centimeter, y equal to 10 centimeter. Now let's verify before we finally get the answer. So perimeter is 2 times length plus breadth, 15 plus 10, and it gives us 2 times 25 which is 50, and this has been given in the equation. So that means the answer that we have got is perfectly okay. Now difference 15 minus 10 which is 5. Again 5 has been given in the problems. So as we have verified, my length and breadth which we have found out is absolutely correct. So my final answer is length equal to 15 centimeter and breadth is equal to 10 centimeter. So this is how you will solve the problem actually in your exam and you will get the full marks. Now example 2. Now we will take a triangle, and here in this case we will take an isosceles triangle to solve our isosceles triangle related problem. So the perimeter of an isosceles triangle is 40 centimeter. So we know triangle has 3 sides, so sum of these 3 sides is 40 centimeter. Now each of the 2 sides is 5 centimeter longer than the base of the triangle. Now find the lengths of the sides of the triangle. So before we proceed with this problem, first we need to understand the properties of isosceles triangle. So before we proceed with solving this problem, let us first check the properties of the isosceles triangle. Now in isosceles triangle, let's draw a triangle and let's put the ABC as the vertex. So triangle ABC is said to be isosceles when we say a triangle to be isosceles when number A, when 2 sides of the triangle are equal, and number B, the angle associated with the equal sides are also equal. So these are the 2 important properties. So here AB equal to AC, and therefore angle ABC will be equal to angle ACB. So AB equal to AC, angle ABC equal to ACB equal to say theta. So this is the property of an isosceles triangle. With the above property, we will solve the problem given. So step 1, let's assign the variable, set the variable to the sides of the triangles. Now so this is the triangle, and let's give the name to the 3 vertex A, B, C, where AB equal to AC and angle ABC equal to angle CBA theta. Now BC is the base which is X, and AB equal to AC equal to Y. So let base of the triangle is X centimeter and one of the equal side, the length of the equal sides is equal to Y centimeter. Now forming step 2, forming equation 1 or the first equation. From this statement, what is given? The perimeter of, this is statement 1, the perimeter of isosceles triangle is 40. So sum of the 3 sides is equal to 40 centimeters. So let take the perimeter of the isosceles triangle, which is equal to AB plus AC plus BC. Now AB is equal to AC, so perimeter becomes 2AB plus BC. Now we are putting the variable here. So 2y plus x is the perimeter which is equal to 40. So x plus 2y equal to 40. So you got first equation. Now step number 3, we have to frame the second equation or forming the second equation, and that will get it from the second statement. Each of the two side is 5 centimeter longer than the base. So the relation between the equal sides and the base has given. So from there we can frame the second equation. Now each of the equal sides is longer than the base by 5 centimeters. So y equal to x plus 5, or we are moving x from right hand side to left hand side, so minus x plus y equal to 5. So we got the second equation. Now step number 4, what we need to do, we have to solving these above two equations, the pair of equations which you have got it. So x plus 2y equal to 40, which is the first equation, minus x plus y equal to 5, which is the second equation. Now let's first check the condition. Every time we will check it. X equal to a1 equal to 1, a2 equal to minus 1, b1 equal to 2, b2 equal to 1. So my a1 by a2 is minus 1, b1 by b2 is 2. That means a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. So this will give me unique solution. So you can go ahead and solve this equation. So we will be using the elimination method once more, because here we have equal coefficients, and where we will eliminate the variable x by adding it. So sign remain unchanged. So 2y plus y equal to 40 plus 5, 3y equal to 45, or y becomes 45 by 3, which is equal to 15. So we got y equal to 15 centimeter. Putting the value of y in equation 1, what we will get? X plus 2y equal to 40. So x plus 2 into 15 equal to 40. So x plus 30 equal to 40, or x becomes equal to 40 minus 30, that is equal to 10 centimeter. So we got x equal to 10 centimeters. So x is the base of the isosceles triangle. Now let us verify it as a part of these steps. So perimeter of the triangle is given by, we have x equal to 10 centimeter, y equal to 15 centimeter. So the perimeter of the isosceles triangle is equal to 2y plus x, that is 2 into 15 plus 10, 30 plus 10, which is 40 centimeter. So this 40 centimeters has been given in the problem, so which shows our results are perfectly right or correct. So the final answer become base of the perimeter is equal to 10 centimeter and each of the equal sides of the triangle is 15 centimeter. Now some common mistakes that we generally do when we solve this kind of problems. What are the common mistakes? So forgetting to divide the perimeter by 2, always simplify the first equation. So we always say, like for example, a rectangle 2 into L plus breadth equal to some perimeter is given, you have to divide it. So that division we sometimes miss it. Then mixing length and breadth, so whatever variable we have assumed, so we have to define it properly and you have to use it as per the problem given. We should not mix the length and breadth variables. So clearly define the variable before writing the equations. So that is one important mistake generally we comment when we solve this kind of problem. Then using the area for formula in the questions that are meant to be solved using linear equations. So area formula, we cannot use it for the linear equations, so it will be always a perimeter in case of the geometrical uh, shapes. Like remember, area is length into breadth. It contains the product x into y, which is not a linear one, it is a non-linear equation. Now, so exam tips. Now, whenever you see a geometry word problems which include the perimeter and the relation of the sides or the dimensions of the geometrical shape, choose the variable carefully, and it should be, you should choose the variable in such a way that it will fulfill the other steps as it follows. Like step 2, write the first equation from the statement clearly, which included the perimeter of the given geometrical shape. Then step number 3, write the second equations from the other statement, which include the relation, which give the relation between the length. Like example, length is say twice its breadth, so there will be the relation of the dimensions of the given geometrical shape. Step number 4, after we forming these two equations, we can able to solve the pair of equation using any method, either elimination or substitution or a cross multiplication. Then finally we will verify the result, whatever we have solved it, so that we can able to verify whether they are correct or not. Now quick revision. So what we have learned so far: how to identify the variables in the geometrical problem or in a geometry problems. That is one important thing. The second important thing is how to use perimeter for formula to form the linear equations. So that is, once a variable is defined, then we have to frame the equation. Then how to solve a rectangle and the triangle related geometrical shapes which involve the linear equation. And finally, the different common mistakes that we generally do when we handle this kind of problems. So these are the important things that we have learned so far. Hope you have enjoyed this video, and the next video we're going to learn, or we want to recap what we have learned for chapter 3 for this pair of linear equations of two variables. So if you have any doubt, please leave the comments in the comment box. We'll going to answer this. And if you want to have any kind of new concept, you can also leave it in the comment side. If you like this, please share with your friends and subscribe. See you in the next video. Thank you.